Good morning, students. So yesterday I started with exercise 8.1 through my live class also, and question number 1 of that exercise I have shared with you. Now let us start with question number 2. Through this lecture I will be giving you the solution of your exercise problems, exercise 8.1 to question number 6. So please, you just can revise and can see your difficulties. If anywhere you are finding the doubts, you can go through this lecture to clarify the doubts. In second question, the figure is given to you in which your positions of P, R and Q are mentioned. Right angle is given at Q, and you are given that this side you need to find tangent P minus quad R. Tangent P minus quad R you have to find, and here you are given with PR and QR. PQ and PR, so you can take help of these two sides by applying the Pythagoras theorem to get the third side, which I shared with you yesterday. If two are given, by applying the Pythagoras or Pythagorean triplet, you can get the third side. Once you have done that part, now you focus your attention here. That is, first of all, you need to calculate tangent P. That means somewhere you have to take the position of angle at P. And opposite to that, which I made you understand yesterday, wherever the angle will be opposite to that will be the perpendicular. So that's why I am mentioning separately here. To find tangent P, P is here, so then perpendicular will be opposite to that. This is the base and this is the hypotenuse. So you know tangent is perpendicular upon base. So now perpendicular, this is 5 and this is 12. So you write it 5 upon 12. Then chord R. So to find this chord R, now you need to shift to this angle. Now the angle is at R. So opposite to that, the perpendicular will be there, and this will be the base and this will be the hypotenuse, because vertex of this is there at Q only in both the cases, 90 degrees at Q. So now your perpendicular is here and your base is here and hypotenuse is here. So you know chord is the reciprocal of tangent. So if this is perpendicular upon this, this will be base upon perpendicular. So here the base now you will be getting is equal to 5 and perpendicular is equal to R, because opposite to R, if perpendicular is there, then base will be this, and that we have already calculated. 12 is this and 5 is this. So your base upon perpendicular will be 5 upon 12. In that way, if you will be writing the relationship between tangent P and minus chord R, 5 upon 12 minus 5 upon 12, it becomes is equal to 0. So that is the solution of your question number 2. Now in question number 3, you are given with sin A is equal to 3 upon 4. On behalf of this information, you need to calculate cos A and tangent A. So again, you know sin A. So sin A is 3 upon 4 means perpendicular upon hypotenuse. If you don't remember, you please recall Pandit Bajil Prasad Har Bole. Pandit Bajil Prasad Har Bole. So that P upon H will be sine. So P upon H is 3 upon 4. Angle is at A, so opposite to that is perpendicular. So P upon H 3 upon 4. Right, this is 3, this is 4. On that behalf, you can find the third side, and it will come somewhere is equal to under root 7. 4 square is 16, 3 square is 9, 16 minus 9 will make it under root 7. So now third side you can mention under root 7. Then you need to determine cos A. So cos A, if perpendicular is there, this is base. So base is under root 7, upon hypotenuse is 4, so answer will be under root 7 upon 4. Then second you need to calculate is tangent A, again the position is same, so perpendicular upon base. So that is 3 upon root 7. That is your choice. If you want to rationalize, you can go for rationalization also, or you can give your answer here also as 3 upon root 7. So that is the solution to your question number 3. Then your question number 4, you are given with 15 chord A is equal to 8. 15 chord A is equal to 8, and on behalf of this information, you need to calculate sin A and secant A. So here it is. 15 chord A is equal to 8 means chord A is equal to 8 upon 15. As we are clear that chord A is the reciprocal of tangent A, so on that behalf I can write tangent is equal to 15 upon 8. So tangent I know the angle is at A, so opposite to that will be the perpendicular. here it is the base, here it is the hypotenuse. Then I am free because angle is at A, so anywhere either at C or B I can take the right angle. I have taken at B, so then I can use this triangle to write my values of sin A and secant A. So angle is at A, this is perpendicular, this is base, this is hypotenuse. So 1 is 15, 1 is 8, so I will write 15, 8 and then I can calculate by applying the Pythagorean triplet to get the third side. That is the first task always we are doing in this exercise. So third side, now all three are available with me, 15, 8 and 17. So sin A, this is the perpendicular, this is the hypotenuse, 15 upon 17. And secant A, secant is the reciprocal of cos. What is cos? Base upon hypotenuse. You remember that. Cos is base upon hypotenuse. So what will be secant is hypotenuse upon base. So then the answer will be 17 upon 8. So that's all about your question number 4. If you come to question number 5, again these are the same kind of questions, and just to make you people perfect, to go through the study of all these 60 ratios, in which manner we have to remember this within the relationship of the three sides of the right triangle. So now secant theta is given 13 upon 12. So secant you know is the reciprocal of cos, so in that way I can write cos is 12 upon 13. You are free to take theta anywhere, so I have taken the right angle at B and theta at C, so opposite to that I will write immediately P. Now cos theta, you know, if this is P, this is base, this is hypotenuse, is base upon hypotenuse. So this is 12, this is 13 as per the given condition. So I will write that 12 upon 13. Then I will apply the Pythagoras to get the third, and that somewhere you will be getting is equal to 5. Now you need to write the other all t ratios. Cos is given, sin I know perpendicular upon hypotenuse, so I will be getting 5 upon 13. Tangent I know is perpendicular upon base, so I will be getting 5 upon 12. And then other three are the reciprocals. If sin is 5 upon 13, reciprocal of that cosecant will be 13 upon 5. And then cos is here given, sec is given 13 upon 12. So cos you know is base upon hypotenuse. That both the ratios I have already written over there. And then cotangent, the reciprocal of tangent, that you can write is 12 upon 5. Once 3 are there, so next 3 immediately by taking the reciprocals you can write in your answer. So that was your question number 5. Question number 6. There is a bit change in question number 6, is shifting this to your geometry part somewhere. It is given in a right triangle. There are two acute angles A and B. You please read the question very carefully. It is given if angle A and angle B are the acute angles. So if angle A and B are the acute angle, means clearly indication is there that angle C is the right angle. Because all the times in trigonometry we have to speak about the right triangle. So C is the vertex, 90, another two are equal. So I will be writing here angle A is equal to angle B given say x degree each. Now it is also mentioned in your question that cos A is equal to cos B. So write that cos A is equal to cos B. And with respect to t ratios, when the angle is at A, this will be the perpendicular and this will be the base. And you know cos is base upon hypotenuse. So when this is the base, because angle is at A, so perpendicular and base. Base upon hypotenuse will make it AC upon AB. Now in second part it is cos B. So means the angle is shifted to this vertex. Opposite to that will be the perpendicular and this will be the base. Now base upon hypotenuse becomes what? BC upon AP. So in that way I can write this relationship AC upon AB is equal to BC upon AB. So both the denominators are same. You can cancel that up and you will be reaching at AC is equal to BC. So if AC is equal to BC in this triangle, so AC is equal to BC. Angle opposite to AC is B, angle opposite to BC is A. So I can write angle B is equal to angle A. Hence, here these two angles are equal. So that I need to prove. So I have proved the triangle is an isosceles, so angle B will be equal to angle A. So I will be winding up this today's lecture by giving you the solution up to question number 6, and then next 5 questions I will be covering 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 in Monday's lecture to you. Till then, bye bye. And assignment up to section formula already I have covered. So you please revise. Have a blessed Sunday to all of you. Thank you.